You are now listening to Femme Regard Podcast with Tessa Markle
and Carolina Alvarez.
Femme. Welcome back, Femme Fam. Thank you guys always for listening. And we have another fantastic guest for you today. We have Beth Tripmacher, and she is in charge of Sundance Coab, which I'll let her explain to you guys what that is. But we are super excited for you guys to hear about this program because, you know, we all know Sundance like for the film festival, but they have so much more to offer. The entire institute is just, it's a great company that they really believe in independent filmmakers. So I'm excited for you all to hear about Sundance Coab specifically. And welcome, Beth. Thank you for coming on today.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and talk about it.
Absolutely. So give us just like a quick rundown of what Sundance Coab specifically is compared to the entire Sundance Institute.
Sure. So Sundance Coab is part of the Sundance Institute. And it was started, the pilot kicked off in 2018 with the intention was to build a site for emerging filmmakers that we could really increase our access globally. So whereas the Sundance Institute has been long known for its labs and its smaller programs and its in-person events, we really wanted a way to increase the access to global filmmakers, and especially those that were kind of just starting out in their career and maybe weren't quite at the level of hitting the labs yet. So it was started as a pilot back then in 2018. And we're up to now 96,000 members in 180 plus countries. So we're really excited about it.
Wow, congrats. Yeah. That's huge. What are some of the programs and like courses that you're offering right now with it?
So we're really focused on two areas. We're focused on learning and community. So the learning opportunities come in a lot of different forms. We have free masterclasses, which are these 3-hour deep dive events that focus on a specific area. So for example, recently we had Leslie Linkley-Glatter do a program on designing and blocking a scene. We had, who else? We had documentary filmmaking with Dawn Porter talking about navigating truth and ethics in documentary filmmaking.
Okay.
And then we have other, it was really great to see them share their craft. They're very craft focused.
Mm-hmm.
To have them really talk about it from their level and to kind of really walk through the students and the participants in how to really do these things. It was really, really helpful. We also do 75-minute conversations with industry experts, and those are a little broader, a little more high level. So for example, we did one last month with Chloe Zhao on finding your way as a filmmaker. We did one with Jason Blum on entrepreneurial producing in the horror genre. So these are all of our free online events that are open to the public. Anybody with a Coab account can join. And then we have a bunch of other things on the site around community, but I'll get to that. But then we also have our video library that we have 150 some odd videos in there that are recordings of past sessions, different things on craft, on filmmaking, on producing, directing. And then we also have our courses. The courses are fee-based, but we do have scholarships available. And they are on writing, screenwriting, television writing, creative producing, directing, visual storytelling, directing actors. We really cover a lot of ground there.
So as like a young filmmaker who's listening, or I shouldn't even say young, as a filmmaker who is interested in taking a course, do you have to be accepted? Like, how does one submit and then get the opportunity to be involved?
Yep. So application is open to anybody. So you just get a Sundance Coab account and you put in an application. We really, the class sizes are limited just because we just want to really give everybody a good experience and have that one-on-one attention in the class.
Love that.
Yeah, we're not looking to, it isn't, we're not looking for necessarily quality of work. We're looking for people who are really serious about the craft and passionate about their pursuit of the craft of filmmaking. And that they can evidence that they have some kind of, for example, our screenwriting class, that they have to show prepared with kind of a log line for a film they want to write about. So they have to put there has to be a little bit of pre-thought into the applications, but it really is intended to be a site for emerging filmmakers. So they simply fill out an application. We also have the scholarships available, and the scholarship application is something separate they would fill out. And then we have a team up behind the scenes that reviews each application, and we let people know. And yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, your whole goal was to make this a like worldwide thing, and it's to grant access to anyone that puts in the effort. Like, that's great. And I think it's also great that you offer so many different courses. Like, I didn't realize how kind of broad your genres of courses were. So I think that's really great that it's just, you're offering so many specific courses in so many different areas to everyone.
Yeah, and that's really important to us. We want to really lift up marginalized voices. That's
Mm-hmm.
part of the mission here, is to look for, give access to people where they have not had access. I mean, we have filmmakers who apply who are in Nigeria, who say, I'm so grateful to have found this community. I'm so grateful that I can be in a class. And our classes are wild. You go into a class and you've got somebody, like I said, from Nigeria, speaking with somebody from Brazil, speaking from somebody from LA, and they're all in the same group, and they're all learning from each other and learning from the course advisor and instructor. And it's such a powerful
amazing
experience. Yeah, it's really a powerful experience, and the course participants really get so much out of it, and we get a lot out of it too. I mean, we find it so deeply satisfying and gratifying that they get this opportunity.
Well, you get a chance to like also connect with other emerging filmmakers who are in the same kind of mindset, but coming from a different background, or from a different place in the world, and to have those kind of what I'm visioning are also kind of collaborative, open conversations. That's like, is very unique and amazing that you can do only on a platform really like this. I feel like going to, school in Hollywood, like, yes, you still get like a good, I think the city's full of culture and people coming in, but I think you have even on another level access to that doing it online. And now with COVID, like much preferable if you're trying to get some training, like it sounds like you guys, how many years has it been with Sundance?
It's about 2 years, but we went out of beta last October, so about a year ago. But really, it's interesting you mentioned COVID. That's really when our numbers exploded, because we were at about, I'd say, 25, 30,000 members in March. And then once COVID came across the world, and people were kind of hunkered down, and they learned about Coab, and they thought, oh gosh, this is a really great time for me to focus on a creative pursuit, right? I mean, this is
absolutely
the moment we all want to feel community. We all want to create. We all want to be, everybody's a storyteller. And this finally gave people some time to focus on doing that. And whether, it could be from a course perspective, and that they spend those 8 weeks together working really diligently on a product, or if it's just joining a masterclass for 3 hours and just feeling connected to members in the community. So that's when our numbers really jumped. We went from about 30,000 in March to about 90,000 by August. And prior to that, it took us about, we had about an 8,000 member growth in about 6 months before that. And then a 60 group, like kind of 2/3 after that, within the same period of time.
That's amazing. I thought that you guys were around longer than just 2 years. So that's like, for that growth and for you guys to have perfected it that quickly, like that's really impressive.
Oh, we're always learning and growing. I can't say we perfected it yet, but that's why we rely on our members to tell us what they're looking for and what they need. And we really try to listen to our members and understand what we can be doing to help them and support them at this time, especially.
And just to, like, for our listeners to clarify the distinction, the master classes, do you have to pay for those, or are those you sign up for?
Yep, those are free.
Go ahead. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure, like, during the pandemic, that's how I found out about you guys. I signed up for Coab and I started taking master classes, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this is free, but I didn't know if it was just like a limited time because of COVID. So I just wanted to everyone to know.
Yeah, it started as a limited time, but we decided to just keep it in response to we wanted to keep it open, and we really wanted to give people a place to gather and meet. And we recognize that it's a tough time for filmmakers. It's a tough time for artists. And we wanted to try to make access as much as possible. So really at this point, I'll tell you a little bit about our membership plan so you can kind of understand how we work. But all the video library is left open. The master classes are open. The courses are fee-based. That's really so we can pay our instructors and advisors. Any extra money we make, we are still a not-for-profit. Any extra money we make from that goes right back into artist support. So right now it's just to keep the site up and running and to make so many of our other offerings free. So that's why those are fee-based. We do have a creator membership that is $10 a month or $99 a year. And what the creator membership does is that it gives you an opportunity to enter into our share your work section. And that also is a place for filmmakers or any kind of writers to put in, submit to share your work, where they get reviews from their peers and our artists in residence, which is a really great opportunity.
Yeah. Beth, can you say that section again? I don't know if it was the connection that cut out on my end, but what was the section called?
Oh, sure. It's called Share Your Work.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So they upload whatever project they're working on. If they're maybe working on a scene from a script, they can upload that and get some feedback right away from some peers and who are also community members, or an advisor for residents, who can give some responses. And then we have some special events that are targeted to our creator members, an advisor Q&A, things like that, makes it a little bit worth the $10.
And that's only $10 a month?
That's right. That's only $10 a month. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, no, guys who are filmmakers, our audience right now, like if you are been working on something, this is a great opportunity to get feedback on your work. I'm always just like wishing I had someone, especially just now, like that I could go and get some quick feedback on. And I think that's just so amazing that you guys are offering that.
Yeah, it's important. It's important to keep moving, and especially at a time like this, to keep the work moving, keep your creativity out there and moving.
Yeah, I mean, I know I personally have been taking all kinds of online classes in COVID, and some of it has been like a continual class that it's, actually on Zoom or actually interacting, but most of them have been like your master classes, just, stuff I'm watching later. And it's nice to have that like flexibility. Cause I know I'm still like basically working from home, and I'm busy all the time, but I have that little bit of extra time to take these classes. So I love that you guys offer that, like the different kinds of courses.
Yeah, we actually launched a self-paced course. Most of our courses are what we call live online. So you meet, just like, we're meeting right now on Zoom, and we have a conversation, it's a 2-hour conversation. But then we also decided to launch a self-paced course, because recognizing that a lot of people are working, they can't always spend 2 hours every Tuesday at the same time. And so that's a TV writing course. And it's a series of videos that can be done in somebody's own time. But then we have points in the course that somebody can submit different pieces of work for feedback from an advisor who still gives them that feedback. So you still have that touch point of an advisor, and we have weekly office hours. There's a touch point there, but at least the work can be done in your own time. So that's something we just launched too.
That's amazing. Yeah, because some of us are getting back to more of a steady schedule with work and things, and it's nice to have the option at least, that you don't feel like, oh my God, now I have to fit all of this in. And that's amazing what you can do with an online platform like that, I think. So that's
more. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Are you a podcaster like us? Vlogger? Interview conductor? Do you need a VO booth or ADR? Remote audio video professional recording?
Ooh, Tessa, spill the tea.
Well, the Network Studios in Culver City is a fully functional recording oasis with multiple rooms made to cater specifically to audio podcasts, video interviews, and voiceover, plus an experienced sound engineer with the ability to edit and master. All your needs will be covered.
Audio engineer extraordinaire Mike Casentini has worked with several podcast heavy hitters and got us started from the ground up. He's the reason we sound so good. Plus, all of our in-studio guests have been very impressed.
To find out more, visit www.thenetworkstudios.com and book your next recording session. COVID compliant and open for business.
Can you go back and break down the membership that you said you were going to go over the membership tiers?
Sure. Yep. So there are 3 membership tiers. We have our community member, which is free. You just sign up by going to coab.sundance.org. And you sign in, and just by signing up with your email address, that gives you a community membership, and you get access to our video library.
That easy.
That easy. Master classes, our webinars, things like that. And then the next tier is the creator membership, which gets you access to share your work. And then also advisor Q&A and some other member benefits we're working on right now, such as online writing groups or online or advisor office hours. We're working on those right now. That's $10 a month or $99 a year. And then the final one is actually what we call a course pass membership. And that's actually where you get all of our self-paced courses, which is that TV writing course I was telling you about. And then we're also going to be launching a screenwriting course in the late winter, early spring. And you get all the self-paced courses for free. You get your first live online course free, and then you get the rest of the courses 50% off. That also comes with a final draft membership. 1 year rather license to final draft. And then you get all the other benefits that are included with creator membership. So that's a really nice, that's $795, the $795, which is sounds like a high price point, but by the time you pay for one course and a self-paced course, which is free, you've already kind of made that money back. And then you can have access to our courses. And if you're working on, for example, a script, that you want to take our screenwriting for elements course and then bring it into writing your first act and your second act and your third act and then revising your script. You can work with us throughout that whole pathway, which is really nice.
Because that stuff takes time. And it's it's a great investment to then have that guidance as you move along and access to other things as you choose. Like you said, the other ones are then discounted, and that doesn't obligate you to take every course. You can just choose where you feel like you need assistance here or there. And no, I think that totally makes sense and definitely beats college fees.
I know.
It's college tuition. So there you go, guys. Yeah. We're always looking for new ways to learn and grow. I think it's amazing in the times we live that we can YouTube, Google college ourselves. So this is just a better way of doing it because you have professional assistance and help with industry people. So that's even better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, just in case any of our listeners aren't really aware of what Sundance, the entire Institute, is about, can you just give us a real quick little rundown on that as well?
Yeah. So we're not just the film festival. We have artist programs that we support all year long. So whether it's through the labs, which are kind of the application-based programs. We also have programs for sustaining artists. We have grants. There are different ways that the Institute tries to keep artists. We have alumni that we work with really closely. We just created the Artist Collective, which is really helping our alumni grow and especially supporting them throughout this time. So it's really, the idea is to keep storytelling at the forefront. And we really believe that storytelling has the power to change hearts and minds, and especially bolstering people who are normally kind of marginalized voices, lifting them up. That's really important for us too. So there's a lot of ways they provide artist support all year round. It's not just a film festival every year.
Thank you for doing that. That's amazing. We need more of that. So it's great to have an institution who focuses on that. And for anyone listening, definitely look them up and see if it's an opportunity you can take.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, specifically the film festival, are you doing everything online this year? Or are you kind of holding off this year and next year, I guess, really? But
yeah, this year we're doing what we're calling our digital festival, our DigiFest. And it's going to be our hybrid kind of experience that we're going to have some in-person events in hubs such as New York and LA and in different places. But it is going to be primarily online. We're really excited. We developed a new platform for it. We're going to be showing a lot of premieres in the evening. We're going to try to keep the same festival energy and excitement alive. And but yeah, it will be primarily online with some in-person experiences.
I love that. I feel like that's kind of because, some festivals have just completely canceled. Some have moved completely to online. And I think that that's great to have that opportunity for the people that are comfortable to meet in person, because the completely online ones that I've been a part of this year, it's so hard to network that way. Sure, you can get on Zoom with people or whatever, but it's not the same as in person at all.
Yeah, we're trying to create an artist community. We're trying to create ways that isn't just watching a film together. Mm-hmm. It's all connecting outside of that experience, whether it's a Q&A, but we're going to have a waiting room experience beforehand, and different ways for people to try to connect and be together. Because you're right, nothing can really be running into that person at bar afterwards or for that cup of coffee in the morning. And we're trying to hopefully get people as close to that as possible. We had a little bit of an experience doing it this summer with our labs. All of the labs got moved entirely online. And our lab teams did such a fantastic job trying to create experiences that made people feel connected. And rather than just sitting together in a platform and staring at each other on a screen, that they also had an opportunity to go off to a side room and maybe just chat in the morning while they had their cup of coffee before they got the day started, or some fun social activities later in the day. So they had a chance to have a good time with it and not just do the work.
That's really smart. Yeah. So I love that you're thinking that way, because I definitely can feel like, okay, I'm just going to stare at the screen now, and you lose engagement, so this is a definitely, like, you guys are finding ways to make it more engaging, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, we had to rethink it. Instead of it being usually be this 3 or 4 or 5 day intense experience at the ranch in Utah, but instead it became, well, all right, let's extend this to maybe 7 or 8 days and cut it down to only 3 hours a day and give long breaks in between so people have time to get up, stretch, and also recognizing that people are not, as tightly focused as they would be had they been in a physical place together. They're home, they may have childcare they're dealing with, or a partner, or maybe still having some work to do on the side. It's not the same thing as being so uniquely focused on a single thing.
Right. Absolutely. Well, is there anything you can leave our filmmakers with that are, again, emerging with any tips on the way they can best submit to Sundance Coab? Is it like, you said it started with some of them is a log line. Like, what are some tools that they can prep themselves so that the way they have the best submission, or, they're starting to think of something like tips to be aware of what kind of curriculum you guys are going to be going over, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely makes sense. So each course has a different requirement. So I would say just read the requirements carefully. We lay them out on our site. If you go on coab.sundance.org under Learn, that's where you can find all of our courses and descriptions. So each one has a little bit of a different requirement. So for example, our screenwriting course asks for a log line, but our writing your first draft will ask for a full outline beforehand. So just make sure you read the description and you understand what you need to prep yourself with depending on the course. And then just really take some time with the application. That's really all it is. Tell us about yourself. Tell us your story. Tell us why this project is so important to you in this moment right now. We always ask, why you, why now with this project? That's really important. Yeah. So, and that's really all we want to see is that dedication, that commitment to the story. And that for us is paramount, apart from skill or craft, because that's something everybody's going to learn. But it's really that passion for storytelling and that commitment to that.
Yeah. And I mean, excuse me, note to our listeners in general, please always read all of the submission guidelines, whether we're talking about a class, a film festival. Like it blows my mind, the stories that I hear about people just not reading it, not paying attention, and, sending their own submission the way they think it should. Like, it takes 5 minutes. Just make sure you read the directions.
An incomplete application. Just, fill it out completely. That's all we ask. It's great.
Yeah. Perfect. No, I think that's well said. I think that makes anyone who's interested aware of like what the process is. It's not that scary. And I love that the questions you ask, that's questions you should always ask yourself when you're writing, a story, why me, why now? I love that. So very smart way of thinking it. And I think you should always ask yourself that anyway. So that's awesome.
And like you said, you can learn the skills, you can master that in the class, but it's, the desire to do it is what really matters, the drive. So yeah, I love that you guys concentrate on that in the application process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, listeners, you heard her. Go to, it's coab.sundance.org, correct?
That's right. You got it.
Perfect. And click on Learn, and you guys can look up whatever courses you're interested in taking. And I mean, I know for me, like, this is definitely something I need to look into more and take the time to take your master classes and everything, because it sounds amazing.
Yeah, we actually have a great event. Your listeners might be interested in this next Monday night. Or Monday afternoon with the filmmakers from The Social Dilemma, the film that was just released on Netflix, talking about impact storytelling. And that is from 1 to 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Mhm.
So that's going on Monday on the 9th. So that might be a fun one for everybody to check out.
Nice. Yeah, I love that you guys do events too, besides just the normal, class schedule. Yeah, that's really
So
great.
join the Sundance community, fam. And we hope to keep spreading awareness. Like Beth, friend to the show, let us know if there's anything that's really important happening. We would love to always keep our audiences up to date. But we'll also, keep on the calendar too. So that's,
and another question real quick. Does Sundance Coab have just like social media as well besides the website?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have a Facebook.
Okay.
If you look us up on Facebook, we're actually rolled into the Sundance Institute, but we kind of post things on there. Yep. So just check it out. Just add Sundance Institute to your Facebook, to Instagram. We always post announcements about courses, announcements about events there.
Perfect.
That's important to know. Perfect. Yeah, we'll make sure we're on that too.
Well, thank you so much, Beth, for coming on today. That was super informative. I'm really excited to check out the course list and get into that.
Great. Thank you both so much for having me. It was exciting to talk about it.
Absolutely. And listeners, make sure you check it out. Like, I know we're all still busy, but we've all also got a little more time than usual, I think. So it's the perfect time to take some courses, whether you're joining an actual fee-based, live course, live virtual, but, live happening, or rewatching a masterclass. Like, it's a great opportunity. Take every chance you can to learn something new. Thanks for listening to Femme Regard podcast. If you like what you hear, tune in next time for more tips on the filmmaking business and insightful conversations with industry professionals over tea.
We can only grow with your support, so please subscribe, share, rate, and give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. If you leave us a great comment, we might give you a shout out on the show. For more on us, check us out at femregard.com.